Hello and welcome to Kump.
Hello.
Hello, Lucy.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. I like your sweatshirt today.
Thank you. It's
What is that?
it's a revenant from Doom. Which they're like demon souls that were forced into corporate warfare. Like not corporate war, like war by a corporation in hell.
Yeah,
so they can mine hell. And I think the heart, because he's in love with shot. It's not a Valentine's Day shirt.
I was wondering why the hearts were there.
Because he has a shotgun in his hand. He's in love with the shotgun, and the shotgun's got some kind of claw thing. It's nice.
You once let me play your Doom game for
Yeah.
a few seconds. Very scary.
Well, not to me because I'm an adult man, but yeah, sure. I mean, you did you think it was real for a second?
I don't know if you remember, but like I was playing for like 30 seconds.
Oh, well, you wanted to play, but it was like at the end of the game when things get real hairy,
chaotic,
real hell. It's a real hellscape, and there's demons and there's ghouls and there's goblins and big men, pigmen. I think if I remember correctly, it's been a while. I think it was like a man with a pig face, but he was giant.
Hate it.
Love it. All that. Give me all that goop. That's what hell's gonna be. Hell's gonna be a big pile of goop. So welcome to the show. Valentine's Day is coming up, and that's exciting for everyone. Everyone's very amped up because it's an important holiday that means a lot. And if you don't spend money on your hoes and women, then you ain't nothing. I want people to remember that we're not living in the age of la-di-da anymore. All right, we have government efficiency on the mind, and that's trickling down. And so you better be getting money from your man, and you better be getting sex from your woman, and that's the natural balance. That's the natural state.
It's true. What about for the single people out there?
You better get your game up. Get your drip up. Get your friggin' money up. Get your pockets loosey goosey.
A lot of men have issues approaching women. What do you think is a good opening sentence?
I'm looking to smash. What's your name, baby? Or just be like, hey, you know what the price of Bitcoin is right now? Oh, pretend you were a woman being courted. Excuse me, miss. Do you know what the price, the what do they call that? The spot price of Bitcoin is right now?
Well, I heard it actually crashed recently. Isn't it below 100 now?
It's the price of that ass. Price of that ass right there. Tell you that much. Primo. Even if it's not primo, you still say it. Your ass is primo, and I gotta get in it.
Yeah, even if it's a little chunky.
Well, whatever. A lot of guys
or not chunky enough.
A lot of guys like big chunky asses with loose skin and drips all over it, just goos and dips. Chicken dip. Women who just dip their chicken fingers into goo and then and sauces and then dip their ass. It just gets on their ass. They're messy eaters, and that's how you get an ass like that. And that's why men like that kind of thing because it's just all over. It's just like all right. This is not the age of Gwyneth Paltrow anymore and her goop. It's the age of I don't know, Fergie. Is that a comical reference? I know new people, but I don't know who has a big ass or not because I'm not sure what era we're in.
Fergie is really peaking right now.
I mean, does Chappell Rowan have a big booty? I don't know. Is that the flavor of the day? Chappell Rowan? What about that girl? What about the woman, the Kanye's, what was it?
Bianca.
Bianca.
Sweet Bianca.
The Grammys were this past Sunday, I guess, and Kanye never fails to disappoint. That man knows how to get primo womans, all right? And they just do whatever he says, unless they're already rich. He realized with Kardashian, she wouldn't do, she already had money from her talk show or whatever it is, her reality game show. Marry a Kardashian, the game show, whatever it's called. What season is that in? She married Chris Humphries, and then who else? Kanye. Wasn't there someone in between?
I don't know.
Did she marry a sheik? some kind of mullah? Whatever. He learned the hard way. You gotta get a woman who, maybe did she have any money before she met him? I don't know. I mean, everyone's seen the picture. You want me to show it to you? What am I, Pornhub? I'm not Pornhub. Go find it yourself. I'm not here to get spammed with all sorts of friggin' YouTube harassment because I'm showing everyone, what's her name, Citrone?
Bianca
Censori. But she had a big...
Very hot name.
Yeah, no, she's, I guess, Italian, and she is all naked under a mesh suit. That's how you do it, boys. Valentine's Day. Welcome to the party. Get it in if she wants it. Don't force it into anyone. That's my guarantee. But yeah, it's an exciting time. I'm enjoying all the news lately, all the exciting news. Very efficient. We got efficiency. Who's this guy Musk, who I've never liked very much, but he's doing a lot of crazy efficient things. He's getting in,
shaking things up.
This guy's not elected, and he's looking at Social Security numbers. Who is elected? How many guys do we have to elect? This argument people make about Elon Musk, who's the head now of the DOGE, the dojo, the DOGE dojo. The Department of Government Efficiency, right? And people get mad. Well, he's looking at Social Security numbers. Why are you looking at Social Security numbers? Do you really want to vote for a man to look at your Social Security number?
Wait. Now tell me, why is he looking at the Social Security number?
I'm not sure if to be fair, and I've never liked the man, but to be fair, he might argue that I'm not just sitting around looking at your Social Security number. He has access to it as part of this thing. Because they're auditing transactions. The Treasury does trillions of dollars of transactions. A lot of it having to do with Social Security, which is like, I always thought was kind of a entitlement. But not like, people say entitlement, but it's because you pay into it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it works. But the point is, people are worried he's gonna turn it off, the Social Security.
It's just gonna.
I didn't think you could, but again,
it's just gonna cancel it for everybody.
I mean, look, the Republicans in general wanted to. I don't know what their plans were. I'm not saying they would just shut it off one day, but I think they've talked about privatizing it in the past, right? And so I guess that's what's happening, or they're just gonna turn it off, or whatever. My point is this: I don't care anymore. I'm not involved unless they hire me, and I'll do the work. Give me a bunch of money so I can give it to my women, which is you. So you should want that. You should want me involved. I'll get my dirty mitts involved. Don't get me wrong. But do you really want to be voting for more people? I can't even keep track of who's on the ballot now. I got assemblymen, and I got friggin' colonels, and some judges. I got they give me judges to vote for, but it's all the same guy, but I choose the party. You know what I'm talking about? You get a ballot. I don't know. You may not be in New York City. This is how it goes. A lot. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. You vote. You get a bunch of they vote these judges. Pick 4, and each line is one name across the whole thing, and it's just different parties.
Oh yeah, one person will be multiple.
So there's no option. There's no option anyway. Stop giving me more. I'm gonna vote for the guy. Who wasn't elected. I gotta vote for a guy to look at Social Security numbers at the Treasury Department. You crazy? We can't even get people to know who candidates are most of the time. Besides, the president. Who knows their congressman?
I mean,
privatizing... 10 people in the country know who their congressmen are. But I'm going to vote for the Duke of Treasury audits? This is not going to happen. It's just not a good argument. I'm not saying he's doing anything good. I don't know what he's doing down there in the Treasury, looking at people's, Instagram pics. I don't know. But I'm not voting for anyone else. Refuse.
Elderly people,
obviously
need some kind of support as they age,
maybe
as their bodies deteriorate.
Sure. If they're gonna stick around,
become more demanding than they should be. And,
Yeah.
you know, but
They are annoying.
maybe, I mean, could we maybe get elderly people sponsors? Like, you know, people loved Betty White. People
Yeah.
love just watching old people be out of pocket.
Right.
And
that's the problem. Most old people just fart and piss and shit all day and just whine. And go, oh, I'm being abused. I have bed sores. No one talks to me.
the nurses don't turn me enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Why didn't you spend your middle age time, the time between, what is that, like 30, 40? 40 and 65? You should be spending, anyone out there, 40 to 65, you should be spending some of your spare time building some kind of contraption, like a bingo thing. Like the thing you roll bingo balls in for your body so that you can roll yourself. Or perhaps if you have money, hook it up to a car battery that rolls it for you. And that way you won't get bed sores. Personal responsibility should be a priority now. We're not living in the age of cradle to the grave, suck my thumb communism. You know, suck, yum, yum, yum. All I need is the state. Sorry, Lenin, we're in a new day. In this day, you have to roll yourself. Maybe you can roll your grandma, but your grandmas can be heavy. Now, my grandma's dead, but I could have rolled her just fine. I could have picked her up, flipped her, but I know how to do that kind of thing, right? I used to do that for a living, a little bit. It wasn't my main job, but it was part of it. We all know that. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, I mean, she's not a dead body, though. You can't, I mean, you might not
No,
want to
well,
just go like, ah!
Well, I learned the gentle technique.
Yeah.
Where first you kind of flip it and like, oh, but then I learned, and that's also strong. I learned to keep them. You gotta have a hand down there. Now you don't want to grab your grandma by the tip.
Where?
Grab by the stomach, and you grab by the grandma. I'm gonna grab your stomach right now. All right, don't get afraid. All right? And you grab the other arm, and you just kind of flip.
Yeah.
It's just a turn. Mm-hmm. Make sure you hold. Yeah. All right, don't put it inside her by mistake. She shouldn't be naked for this. Should not be naked. I never had that problem, and they were naked. I never had that problem. The ones I dealt with.
It could be a
were
problem,
dead.
though. I could see how it could be a problem.
Well, not if you keep your grandma's clothes on. That's what I'm telling you. All right? I don't know what you people are into.
Because you kind of have to hook them to do that. You kind of have to do a hook shape with your hand.
Just just keep your hand flat.
Yeah.
And then hold their wrist and just kind of. It's one motion. It's one motion.
I'm sure you're right, but the way you're describing this,
push and pull.
The way you're describing this, I feel like every bone in her body would be broken in one motion.
Maybe we gotta practice with dummies or something, or mannequins, you know, as the French would call them. But it's all very gentle but forceful. You know, that's what life should be: gentle but forceful. And I'm not talking about, rape. Don't do that at all. That should go without saying. I shouldn't have to say it all the time. Don't do that. Because it ruins all the arguments. Oh, but what about... Well, that's a different thing. But most things, gentle and forceful. Mm-hmm. Like pushing a pool ball with a cue. I believe they call that shooting pool.
You know, I remember us talking about this Neuralink technology.
Where
it helps some a paraplegic guy like play chess or something. If I can do that,
right?
It seems like you should easily be able to put a little machine in an old person's brain that goes time to eat, time to talk to your son.
Wait. I think you misunderstand the problem.
Because that's the problem with Alzheimer's, right? Is you forget to feed yourself, you forget how to chew.
Is that the problem? Okay, is it?
I think so.
I don't know. I just thought people didn't like that their mom didn't know who they were. But I guess that's an issue.
That's just selfish.
Yeah. How about you let your mom forget you? Oh, we got to cure this disease. Do we? Do we have to cure it? Or do you have to just, learn improv?
Or were you just a forgettable...
Yes, and your Alzheimer's grandma.
Were you just a forgettable kid? You know?
Yeah. Honestly, all these people, I've never seen someone famous and sensational complain about that. Complain about Alzheimer's. Tell me if I'm wrong here, but I've never seen Freddie Mercury or who's that little Nas X with the blood shoes. You might not like his music, but he's sensational. You know, he does a lot of crazy stuff. He hasn't been around as much lately. I don't see them talk about Alzheimer's. Oh, my grandmother knows who I am. She knows who the fuck that guy is. You best bet she knows. What are we doing here? Be unforgettable. That's my advice to the kids. Be unforgettable. And again, don't do shooting in school. Be unforgettable. To be honest, that is forgettable nowadays. Mm-hmm. No one remembers the last 10. They don't.
Yeah.
So I
people
don't even
mix them up all the time.
You might as well be the guy who friggin' did a protest at your school. Oh, we protested the Iraq War at my middle school. Did you? Cool.
But you're right. Like people, there's nothing more annoying than watching a person. And I'm no expert on how you're supposed to deal with these diseases of the mind.
Right.
But like there's something off-putting about watching a person where the grandmother is going like, "Oh, you're that she thinks that she's talking to her sister or something, but it's really her daughter."
Right.
And the daughter's going, "No, Mom, no, I'm your daughter."
Yeah. Who is I helping?
Just play along.
Yeah. Pretend you have Alzheimer's.
Oh, who are you? Are you
I'm your accountant.
Cousin?
I'm your accountant. I'm handling your tax return.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. So just give me your account number here, and I'll handle it all.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I love you. I'm the world's most loving accounnt. And then I got her money, and now I'm not gonna not feed her. But like, what is she doing with money anyway? Mm. I mean, women with Alzheimer's have money. That shouldn't be. They'll spend it on anything. They don't. How can you have Alzheimer's and understand, like, budgeting? I don't see. And eggs are so expensive now. Grandma, you spent all your money on overpriced eggs. Yeah. You got price gouged.
She just bought eggs.
We're reading an article about how eggs are like $10 a carton, which doesn't seem right.
No, it doesn't seem ideal.
Yeah, my advice is eat less eggs. Eggs are great, but you don't have to eat them. Just eat some toast and some margarine. We'll get by. Sometimes, what are you gonna do if a war happens? Complain about the rations for the eggs? Eat powdered eggs. We're in a rough time. It's inflation. What do you want the government to do about it? Make the eggs less expensive. Well, maybe we need these young people to have sex with each other. And I mean like adult age young people. I mean, they keep talking about how the world's going to depopulate. And we're worried about eggs? They're all celibate, right? Is that the whole thing? They're all like these celibate. They're just doing hand stuff and not even mouth stuff, I think. Maybe mouth stuff. I mean, most people should probably be fine with mouth stuff. I don't think we should force these kids into, but I mean, why can't they do that with babies?
They're even doing mouth stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
They're jerking it to each other's pics.
Right. We have to get rid of it. TikTok, Instagram, any kind of porn, and just go back to people really needing it. Mm-hmm. And because here's a weird thing, and not to bring this up, twice in 5 minutes, but has the sex has gone down? Has the rape gone down? That's the weird thing, right? Isn't that a weird thing?
I mean,
less kids are having sex with the same amount of raping? That can't be right. That can't be correct. I don't know why. Why is only consensual sex affected by this apathy? But anyway, it's a risky.
Look, people just need to meet each other in person more, and on a bread line, you can do that.
Yes, meet someone on your ration, in your ration handout line, in your bread line, in your goop line where you get goo. Not goop, goo, right? The goo is what we want. The chicken finger goo. We gotta make will I get sued for starting goo? Because goop is just what? I don't know what goop. I know what goo is. Mm-hmm. Goo is a lot of things. Goo is stuff that comes out of you. Goo is stuff you put into you. Goo is stuff that oozes if you do things correctly. If you know what I mean, ladies. I'm the goo doctor. Goo, goo, goo. But I don't know what goop is. But will goop sue me if I start goo?
Maybe not. But
I'm not afraid to have goo. See, Gwyneth Paltrow should have done goo in the first place, but she was afraid of being too overtly sexual. Mm-hmm. of being too like tantalizing.
You're right. Kind of goop. Putting the P at the end of it does kind of de-sex it a little bit.
Yeah, it just sounds like a bunch of garbage. It sounds like the byproduct of sex, not the outcome. It sounds like like it's like if sex was a machine, it's like it's the Marmite that comes out of the brewing process. Because Marmite's a yeast extract. Not enough people eat Marmite.
Marmite is delicious.
Marmite is an acquired taste. You have to force yourself to like it, but once you do, you can't get over it.
You add like kind of a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
You increase your tolerance.
You put butter on the toast, and then you put Marmite. Can we get a picture of Marmite? Maybe we'll show it. Don't worry about it. I don't even want to waste time with this. This is Marmite.
It's a brown syrupy.
It's a brown. It looks like Nutella, but it tastes like metal. But it's great. It's basically if you brew a tank of beer or whatever they are, right? A big industrial tank of beer. It's what's the sludge on the bottom, the goo. So like, my kids can't eat eggs. Did you try giving them Marmite? Did you try feeding them jellies? Why is everything got to be eggs? Oh, there's not enough protein. What, you trying to get yolked? No pun intended. Is that why they call it yolk? Because you got to eat a bunch of eggs? How about you just friggin' eat some chicken breast? Chicken breast is cheap as hell. I've been cooking chicken breast lately. Cheap as hell. I mean, seriously, I've been sous videing that shit. Delicious. Comes out juicy and moisty. What? Moist and juicy. Juice and moisty.
I would love to see you doing a commercial for any kind of food. It's juicy.
Look at our juice and moisty chicken. Get that goo. Goo chicken. We left out the D because you already wait. Because the D and good. I'm trying to make the D and good and the dick the same.
People are always going on and on about how like the greatest generation in this country went through all this shit.
Dog shit generation, in my opinion.
The war, the depression.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to be them, but like nobody wants to do it.
I don't want to be. I hate them. I think they suck. I mean, first of all, you mean we clarifying Americans?
Americans, yeah.
Or are we just saying like Nazis are the greatest generation? I mean, let's be clear.
Globally, both.
Look, the greatest generation, the German ones. I mean, the Japanese, the Italians. Half the world was like trying to exterminate everyone. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm entering a new age. And Musk is here, right? And, in the past I've called him the scum because of the whole, submarine incident years ago. But I've come around to this idea that you could just do whatever you want and there's no rules and it's fine. Like, nothing's going to be, the world's not going to get good again. It's going to be fine. You can get rich, do a scam, make a sandwich that people like, and maybe get money off that. Although food sales are very hard. It's very hard to start a restaurant. But maybe if you put some weird goo on a sandwich, like a chicken finger sandwich with black honey. What is black honey? It's honey that we mix with dirt. And dirt's natural. Like you could eat. What happens if I put soil on a hamburger? Just a layer of soil on top of a hamburger. It may not be the most delicious thing, but it's not gonna kill you, right? I'm not talking about pesticide soil. We'll grow our own soil.
Yeah.
Where does soil come from? Good soil. It's from dog shit, right?
Why can't humans just live off of photosynthesis? Why can't we train ourselves to do that?
Why can't Musk do that? You can make me a Starlink, but you can't teach my body to eat sun? What is this? What are we fucking around with here? And what was my plan? I didn't have a thing. What is this spine zapping tech? And a related thing. There's this article about the spine zapping implant helped 3 people with a muscle wasting disease walk better. So people who have a muscle wasting disease, where their body literally eats their muscle away, as if they were laying there like a couch potato with atrophy, right? Some fat slob doing nothing all day. and we're just fixing their bodies with this new tech. This is the wrong direction, people. All right, we're in a crisis here. The world's not good. So how about we stop trying to fix these duds, and we give this technology to primo people, the athletes and singers, people we like, people who do stuff that we like,
right?
Influencers.
Gymnasts, beefcakes.
Yeah, beefcake. Give it to beefcakes. Yeah. Imagine a beefcake with a spinal implant. Oh, my God. Why are we trying to... I'm not saying we put these people down, but you're trying to vote, entire, schools of technology into, fixing people whose, bodies want to kill them? What are you, a doctor? What? How about medicine focuses on making everyone... the best people better. Anyone ever think of that? Wait, I think someone did. Anyway. Why not just give steroids to children? I mean, we need more protein, right? I'm pretty sure if you don't if you want to gain muscle, I'm pretty sure you got pound protein, right? If you're a skinny guy and you want to put on muscle, you got pound protein, eat enough calories, and do the work. But if you take anabolic steroids, whole different ballgame. I'm not saying you need nothing, but you need a lot less, I think, right? But you don't probably know. I'm pretty sure you don't need as much protein, right? So why can't... Oh, eggs are too expensive. Are steroids expensive? I mean, they have to be. We could probably make a big vat of it in Mexico somewhere. These are the kind of ideas. These are ideas that actually help people. These are ideas that save the world. Why is no one listening to me?
So you think we get kids on a regimen of steroids, bodybuilding?
Yeah. We get kids on steroids. We get young adults on sex regimes. Train them to meet people, by the way. How about instead of teaching them the Pythagorean theorem, we teach them how to talk to a woman? Hello, how's your hair? Nice to meet you. Stuff like that. I mean, what a lovely tit you have. Look, a man, you'd be weirded out, but if I said to you, that's a lovely tit, you wouldn't immediately stop talking to me. You go, well, thank you, and then you'd be afraid. But the door is open. Well,
it's one of those things, it's kind of an effective neg. Because, when you say that's a great tit,
yeah,
it's kind of like you're thinking, which tit,
right?
Which tit is better than the other one?
It's not even a neg. See, negging is just is insecure. But with this, you're making the woman insecure. But but you have plausible deniability here. I'm not actually negging you.
Right, you're not actually saying anything negative.
Yeah. You have one nice eyebrow. Doesn't mean you don't have another. Use language to your benefit. Trick women into liking you, but not into having sex with you. Because consent doesn't apply to conversation. You can make someone like you, but then they have to decide to have sex with you. Mm-hmm. See the difference?
Yeah, no, I
teach people to be mannish, but also gentle.
One of our favorite shows, The Americans, features a sequence where the two spies are being trained to basically have sex with anybody.
Anything.
From a
beautiful woman to an old fat man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Regardless of gender.
Not children though. They don't show that. I guess that doesn't really come up. Banging a child to get secret. Oh wait, actually, that does kind of come up later. I forgot about that. Yeah. not a child, but
yeah.
Spoiler alert.
There's a bit of grooming involved.
Spoiler alert.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe that would be good for us to make that part of education.
Wait, me and you?
No.
How would you bang old men?
No, for the country, to be part of a young adult education.
Yeah.
It's it gets them out of their own head a little bit.
You let I think what you're saying is this is a bold idea. You old people are lonely and young people don't know how to get good at sex and relationships. So we combine the two. And no one has to do it. But if you're lonely, well, you can be if you're an old man and you're lonely, well, you can be part of this. And they think they're going to bang young hot women, but they know what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Young hot women never have a problem. So they should have thought this through, these old men. Because what they're getting is just incels who are willing to have sex with old men, just get off. Not even gay. right? But it's still attention. It's still the comfort and warmth of a human body. And they all did it willingly. If you have Alzheimer's, we're not going to let this happen.
And it teaches you.
Yeah.
What I gathered from this is that it teaches you how to compartmentalize the act of sex.
Is that good?
So it's not necessarily.
Is that a good thing?
It's not necessarily like, you're not you won't be stressing out so much about like, oh, did I fuck the hottest woman or am I the hottest guy?
Well, it's not it's different.
It's
I think
meat hooks going into one another.
I think, well, to be fair, and I don't want to contradict you necessarily, but I do think there might be a difference between not getting hung up on how quote unquote hot the person you're having sex with is, and emotionally walling off the act of sex from the rest of your id or consciousness. There might be a middle ground. But I like how you're thinking. You're thinking outside the box, and that's good. So yeah, and the young people can this is how you get stories out of it. Mm-hmm. The old people give you stories. The whole experience is a story. You can tell when you have a first date. These Tinder people don't know how to talk to each other, right? In real life. Imagine if you had all those. I've had sex with 16 people with liver cancer. Yeah. Men and women. Couple of animals.
And imagine if you knew that the person you were talking to had also had sex with, some disgusting...
Well, again, it's not compulsory. We're not going to do that. You want to be compulsory?
It's not compulsory, but it's highly suggested.
Yeah, but again, the hot women and the hot guys aren't going to need it. We just create we create a middle ground of people. Instead of being an incel, you can just be a less, it's not like there's prime beef and nothing else. It's not like there's prime beef and dog shit. There's like grade A and grade B, grade C or something. I don't know what it is. There's grades to this. Bonds. There's AAA bonds. There's AA bonds. There's B, double B, triple C. It's all sorts of bonds. You can buy whatever you want, right? So how come a sexual partner is either primo shit, or just an incel? How about we have people who've learned the hard way or the soft way? Old people are soft, actually. It doesn't have to be old people though. It's not all elderly people.
No, of course not.
Sometimes middle-aged people.
There could be a woman who looks okay, but she has a scar over her eye. There could be a guy who, more or less all right, but like his hips are kind of womanly. Yeah. Like, there's a whole range of ugly and attractive features.
Well, it's not really so much about learning how to stroke, right? It's not about sex per se. It's about treating people like people. And they don't want to have sex with you. So I've just solved the whole human reproductive problem that we're having in like fucking 5 minutes, 10 minutes of ranting. But no one wants to listen to me and Lucy. We have all the solutions, but no one's willing to play.
Nobody wants to put any skin in the game.
Right. They just want to put or skin tags. It's sad. It's sad that people are just too lonely. And what else we got going on? There's this whole speaking of efficiency, there's this whole thing in Gaza. Remember the war?
I do remember that, yeah.
So Trump has met with Netanyahu, who is he's the head of the Jewish department, right? The Israel's?
He is the Prime Minister of Israel, yes.
Right, correct. And, they've had this war for a while after that October 7th situation where a bunch of paragliders raped everyone at a concert, and they responded by basically leveling Gaza, the Israelis. And Trump has met with Netanyahu, and he said we gotta get the Gazans out of here, get the Palestinians out of Gaza. And I think the idea, because to be fair, it is not great to live there right now. It's been leveled, and the hospitals and the tunnels are all shot to hell.
Totally destroyed, yeah.
So, but he doesn't want them coming back. He wants the other countries in the Middle East to absorb these people.
Egypt, Jordan, places like that.
England, whatever. Now, what is the motive here? People saying they want to develop it into what? Some kind of, you were saying a Riviera?
A Riviera of the Middle East is what he said.
I got a better solution. That'll make everyone a little happier. You can still make money off your war. or you're decimating war to kill a lot of people. You can still make money off. I'm not against that. Look, America and the world are built on debt, right? And expansion. So what am I going to do? But here's the plan. We build on Gaza the world's biggest amusement park.
Wow.
Yes. It's going to be called Gaza Land.
Gaza Land.
Just because, so no one will forget the Gaza people. That's who they are, the Gazans?
Yes,
the Gazans.
People who live in, yes.
Right, that's their name. People who, the people who Israel took the land from is the Gazans.
Or the Palestinians.
The Gazans.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
So they'll be the Gazans.
We'll call them the Gazans from now on.
Right.
We can't have Palestinians and Gazans. Like, it's either Palestine or it's Gaza, or you can't have both. That's part of the problem here. No one even knows who they're supporting. The West Bank, the Gaza, it's Gaza land. All right? Now, it'll be an amusement park. It'll be a place where children from around the world can come and have fun and eat churros, go on roller coasters. It'll have 15, maybe 40 roller coasters, a lot. What's the biggest park in the world?
Is Six Flags?
Google this. Please answer this question for me with the Google. What amusement park has the most roller coasters in the world? This is a wonderful. You see, we're taking a terrible war and we're having a nice conversation about it.
Six Flags Magic Mountain.
Oh, you're right. How many does it have?
20.
This will have 200.
It doesn't.
200 roller coasters. That's not going to be great.
I was going to say, it doesn't seem like a lot of roller coasters.
No, it's bullshit. It's pissy pants shit, right? I want big roller coasters. I want a Batman roller coaster like they used to have at Six Flags Great Adventure. I want a Superman roller coaster that sucks because Superman is dog shit. I want to have a Looney Tunes roller coaster. I want to have a Rick and Morty roller. What are the things that we can do? What kind of roller coasters can we have?
Well,
a human sexual reproductive roller coaster where you pretend you're a sperm and you're going into the ovula. That would be amazing, honestly. Because sperm kind of do a roller coaster thing, don't they? Did you ever watch Look Who's Talking? Those movies where the babies talk and John Travolta and Kirstie Alley are banging and he's a cab driver, and in the next movie he's a pilot. Oh, I'm just a cab driver, but I'm a pilot now. Makes sense. Anyway. But they always showed at the beginning of the movie the sperm traveling. So I have intimate knowledge, not intimate, whatever. I know it well, how a sperm looks. Imagine you're a sperm on a roller coaster and you're traveling into an egg at the end.
That's incredible.
That's just one out of 200. I got 199 more ideas like that. Have an idea where you're a turd and you come out the ass. Another one where you're food and you get vomited up. All sorts of there's like 10 body ones.
Right. We should have a few maybe religion ones in there.
Sure, you're into Jesus. What are you thinking? You got an idea?
Well, for the Christian one, I mean, maybe it could be a vertical one where you go up and down the crucifix.
Sure.
Maybe you could have one where it's like, you're basically like riding Muhammad's winged horse to heaven.
Yeah, the winged horse?
Yeah.
Why aren't we Muslims? That sounds awesome.
It does sound pretty cool.
I want a winged horse. Is it a Pegasi?
I think. What was his, did he have a name?
I mean, if he's riding Pegasus, that's dope, but it's probably a different name. If he stole that shit from the Greeks, ancient Greeks, the Barak. B-U-R-A-Q. Burak. You'll put that guy in, sure.
This horse looks dope.
Look, it's going to be in the Middle East, so you might as well have a few Muslim things. Muslim? Look, Jews, Christians, Muslims, everyone's welcome.
Now, are you still imagining the Gazans being displaced?
Oh, yeah. No one's letting them back in. I mean, maybe they can get a voucher to fucking go to the park, but I know the Israelis are sticklers about that.
Because for a second, I thought you were going to say, like, maybe they were going to be carnies or something.
No. Here's what they get. This all sounds great, right? It's churros, it's fried Oreos, it's all the best things of America. And you get tapas, right? That's from Spain. You'll get latkes for the Jewish people, and the Polish people, right? Well, borscht. All sorts of foods. Jägerschnitzel. Everyone's happy. Concerts. Sphere in Las Vegas. We'll build a few of those in there. It's the world's greatest place. Strip clubs, if you want them. Gay, straight, whatever. But there's going to be a lot to go with it, monuments. Like statues of children being hit by bombs. And like hospitals being leveled and crushing little kids.
Interesting.
And carnage and just people, Israeli soldiers just shooting into a tunnel blindly. There'll be statues of that because we want to remember these people. Like that's the rub. You have to, it's not a rub even. It's a nice thing.
So basically, like you're on a ride, and then on your way to the next ride, you're kind of walking through a genocide museum.
Yeah, and these Israeli soldiers you hear they'll have sound effects too, going, "You're not human to me."
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Fun. What's wrong with this? It's like sour and sweet, or hot and sweet. What's the thing of salty and sweet? It's salty. It's sweet. It's a honey roasted peanut. It's delicious. That's the sea salt and caramel. That's what this is. Sea salt and caramel at the amusement park.
Wow, I mean, this sounds. I can't lie. It sounds like a fun park.
You can build more condos on the water. Who gives a shit about the water? Enough with the condos on the water. Oh, look, it's blue. Oh, I live in the water. Oh, this is amazing. Enough. What was that for? How about you have a ranch with sheep, and that's the new condo. I want my condo to be looking at sheep that I graze for sweaters. I make my own cashmere sweaters out of sheep that I own.
You're gonna shear your own sheep?
Yeah, or I'll pay someone to do it, but they're my sheep. I'm just saying, that's what being wealthy is all about. Have a bunch of land. Have a bunch of land. Why not? What's the counterpoint?
Well, look, it could cause this displacement. It might not be easy, You might.
Nothing good's ever easy. I'll tell you that much.
There might end up being more death and destruction in the process. People are saying it could be another Nakba,
Yeah. A Nakba?
Yeah. Like when they were first displaced and kind of sent to Egypt, but then also a bunch of them died, lost their,
Is that another name for the Holocaust?
I forget what it translates to, but
Nakba.
It doesn't seem like they like it.
Right. Well, they had a churro. Because churros are good. Churros are delicious.
So wait, will they be allowed to have a churro? Could they come into, like, the displaced Palestinians?
Well, drop them with parachutes. I don't know. They'll get some of the extra. They won't be the fresh ones. Look, if you want to start a country for the Gazans, then go ahead. I don't know how to do that. I only know how to operate inside capitalism, even though I don't really have any money. But I get the idea of capitalism. I don't get the idea of starting a country of people everyone's trying to kill. I don't know how that works. Israel gets it. The only people who were able to figure it out were Israel, and they don't tell anybody. There's some irony in the fact that the one people who should be able to help these people figure it out is the Israelis.
Yeah.
Although they would, if we just for some reason they don't want to. I mean, do you not like roller coasters? Is that the problem?
I love roller coasters.
All right. So what's the problem? I was looking at the New York Times before, and there was a thing about a vibrator.
A vibrator?
Yeah, it was what does this say? Hold on. Oh, I'm accidentally calling a bill collector. Not bill collector. What do you call these people who call you all the time? I don't have any bills to collecting. Just random people.
Already, I mean, I just Googled this, and already some weird...
Wire cutter one. What is this?
I'm the person the New York Times pays to test vibrators. Ask me anything.
I mean, it's this thing. It's literally the best vibrator is the one that's probably coming to mind right now. And you're talking about the magic wand vibrator. I thought these are the people who were saying the world was going to end if Trump got elected. I mean, and now he's here and he's doing all this stuff. And they don't, and you talk about vibrators, and you go and say, well, we can chew and eat gum at the same time. And no, you can't. You can't chew and eat gum at the same time.
You obviously can't.
If this is it's either you gotta fight this cause or you talk about vibrators. You can't do both. You can't try to get like Trump. I mean, Trump banned transgender people in sports. Now, I'm not saying he's wrong. Whatever. I mean, not sports in general, but you can't be in women's sports, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if they're cool, they're fine. But you're going, he's gonna do all this stuff. He's gonna take Social Security, and you're talking about a vibrator. I get that. That's the problem with the Times. if they were just people who were like, if they were here going like, I'm gonna kill myself. Trump is the president. And they're all jumping off that building and of course in Port Authority. That's what they are, by the way. Port Authority. No one talks about that. They set up shop across from Port Authority, the worst place in the world. I mean, the inside of Port Authority is fine, but the outside is just people. It's just people just bothering you. You have a quarter? Why would I have a quarter? What do you think? I just ate 3 gumballs and I have 1 quarter left? I don't have a quarter. I have a dollar. It's a cashless society. Didn't anyone tell you? I wish I could like swipe. Like, there was a safe way to give money to homeless people through a card. If they have, I don't trust them.
They should all have a QR code. Maybe.
There's got to be an interim thing. I don't trust them to like, no, I'm sorry. I'm not a liberal enough for you. I don't trust some random homeless person to process my credit card properly and not steal from me. I don't. All right? I want some third party to handle this. Where I can just, I want to shoot them with a laser gun and with a dollar sign. Right? Like a laser pointer.
Right.
You should be able to point at things you want to give money to. Like someone asks you for money, you just point at their forehead. And you go, stay away. Here's some money. I'm a generous person. I like to help people. But I'm not going to talk to some person asking me for money. I'm going to discuss Chaucer with them. The Canterbury Tales.
You want to do it before you can even before you can even brush their shoulder. Like, you want to do it from a block away.
Yeah, I want to shoot them. I already got you with the money gun. Leave me alone. You might have COVID. I hope you don't have long COVID. Imagine giving money to someone with long COVID. What a waste. What a goddamn waste that would be.
So this sex toy thing.
Yeah.
Like, when did the New York Times start reviewing sex toys?
I feel like they just that's the thing with it. They're such a big operation. They could just come out and be like, here's our best hentai.
Right.
Like, you're not like a trusted hentai source.
Right.
But people, a certain type of person trusts them with anything, apparently. Like, what does the New York Times think of this friggin', like, meth?
Who wants to just, like, be reading about egg prices?
Yeah.
And then right below, there's a thumbnail going, like, here's the best thing to shove up your ass today.
Yeah, I'm not a prude, right? But, like, there is a certain level of, like, just propriety.
Decorum.
We all know we all want to get off here and there. Or every day. Whatever. Some of us are sexually active adults. It doesn't mean I want to read about it while I'm learning about, wheat prices. Or you'll use egg prices. I didn't really change it much. I just changed it enough to take it from you. Wheat prices, egg prices, gum prices. Has gum gone up in price?
Gum never seems to go up. Gum is very reliable.
Gum is great. Why do these kids just eat gum in the morning? How about you eat less? We have too many fat kids. How about they eat less eggs? How about they make them oatmeal?
Yeah, oats are always cheap.
Oh, I can't make pancakes. You shouldn't be eating pancakes. Right?
Yeah. Can't.
How about we take away the calories from people who don't need it and you give it to the poor people? Is that socialism? Forget it. Anyway, I'm just saying, happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Happy Valentine's Day.
What, the Super Bowl's coming up. What you got? What should we throw a Super Bowl party?
Oh, that would be nice, yeah.
I would love to have a big fat stripper at our Super Bowl party.
Why a big fat one? What?
Because they block the screen. I want to have a stripper that just bothers people. I don't really care about football. I don't care about Taylor Swift and her team. And does Chapel Rowan have a team? Chapel Rowan should start sucking off with someone on the team, or eating out. I don't know if she's a lesbian or not. Whatever she does, there's no women on the team. That's a problem. All right. Well, if she's straight, people seem to think she should be like talking about gay stuff. I guess she's gay.
I mean, she's kind of goth, but
no, I think she's gay.
Oh, is she gay?
I don't know. I don't care. Who's not gay? Who's a not gay woman?
I was about to say Ellen DeGeneres. Charlie. I was thinking about gay women.
Charlie XCX?
I'm not sure.
I want to see dueling.
Kate Hudson.
What's that? She's like 60 years old. What are you talking about? I need a hot young, I'm not saying hot, like a popular woman. Charlie SEX.
Okay, Charlie SEX.
She should. Who's doing the Phillies? The Philly Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles, right? The Pennsylvania Eagles are in the Super Bowl.
And the Kansas City Chiefs.
Of course, the dominant team of our era. The Travis Kelce, no, not Travis, the real one, the one that actually makes them win. Mahomes is the Joe Montana of our time. Remember football Granddaddy Supreme? Early episode.
Oh yeah,
Kump.
classic.
Football was it football Granddaddy Supreme? Mm-hmm. No,
yeah.
Whatever. The point is, Mahomes is good. The Eagles, I don't know who's on that team. Who's on the Eagles? Who could have Charlie XCX bedded?
Why? What will this improve exactly?
Because everyone seems to care that Taylor Swift's in the box, right? In the owner's box watching the game. So why is the other team needs a mascot too?
Right.
And then
Jalen Hurts.
Sure, that guy. Let him date Charlie XCX.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, they should all have a pop star girlfriend.
I'm gonna have Elon Musk, and his wife is. I'm assuming his wife is American-born citizen, perhaps white, even. I don't know. I'm gonna have Elon Musk support your wife to whatever country she's biologically from 100 years ago, unless you fucking dump her and have sex with Charlie SEX on camera before the Super Bowl. Whatever. We got off a topic here. The point is, I want a fat stripper at our Super Bowl party, and I want to just have her just shaking her ass and bothering people while they're trying to watch the game. I've been out inviting friends because my friends don't really watch football. I gotta get people I know, I kind of know who watch football. I'm gonna have a stripper harass them, and I'll just have a bullhorn, and they ask her to sit down and be like, "Be body positive," It don't matter if she's fat; she's still a person.
She's doing a job,
right? Also have a cat. Just throw my cat at people. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. It's getting hot in here. Why does our fire alarm keep going off? You can't Google that.
I don't know.
It keeps going off, and our landlords won't do anything about it. I keep changing the batteries. It doesn't work. It's like wired into the building. And the worst part is the sprinklers never go off. So I don't know what happened. We almost burned the building down one time with our pressure cooker or whatever. No, it was a crock pot, the Instapot.
Right.
And then the fire department came, and the sprinklers, which you can see in our building, we have sprinklers. They never go off. So I don't know what's happening.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna. If there's a fire, we're gonna burn.
I don't want to burn to death in my sleep. That's the worst way to go.
I mean, I just kind of feel, I've always felt deep down.
Yeah.
And this might not be very rational, but I've always felt deep down that if there was a fire around and smoke going up everywhere, I'd wake up in time to scurry out.
Well, I mean, science, I like to think that too. I like to think that anything that kills people, I wouldn't die from. Mm-hmm. So that's why we work together.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna shoot me with a gun? What's that gonna do? Put a hole in me? Cool. I'll start sucking the gun off. That's always my answer.
Kendrick Lamar is gonna be headlining this.
Kendrick Lamar, the man who outed Drake as whatever it is. Kendrick Lamar seems to think that Drake is a pedophile.
A certified pedophile.
According to him. Mm-hmm. I don't want to get sued by Drake. But he made that song where he kept saying that. And did Drake respond? I guess he might have. But Kendrick Lamar seemed to win that battle, public relations wise.
Oh yeah.
It would be cool if they had Drake and him duel with pistols.
Oh damn.
Or mics. But I mean, I prefer pistols. But yeah, you think he's gonna talk shit about Drake again at the Super Bowl? That would be so damning. That would be. I mean, because Drake is sitting there going like, I was on Degrassi, and this guy really took a piece out of me. Really, with that song, they're not like us. They're not like us. Does he mean like pedos?
Oh, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, which I don't mind. I don't mind somebody.
Lyrics always go over my head. Songs I've listened to for 1,000 times, I barely know what they're saying. So I know when he's certain parts of the song, he like the beat stops, he just starts screaming it. I don't get that, but all the little lyrics I don't necessarily get.
Mm-hmm. If there's one group of people I'm okay with othering a little bit, it's probably pedophiles.
Yeah, I don't have a problem being non-inclusive to pedophiles. They can go scratch. If you ask me, they can go to hell. that would be my campaign speech for president. Pedophiles, if you don't mind me saying so, can go right to hell. And everyone's cheering, and I'm spitting. Enjoy that. And tonight, I want to get that started too. If you like me so much as president, why don't you let me spit on you? But not in it's a nice thing. Here's some of my spit. Oh, you can just take it and rub it on your head. It's nice.
It's an event.
I can shake your hand. Why do you think my hand's so much cleaner than my spit? Most people's spit is probably cleaner than their hands. I mean, it might seem grosser to you. But people's insides are actually cleaner than their outsides, unless they have AIDS or something, right?
Well, I think it's usually the reason people don't want to be spit on primarily is that it seems degrading. It seems like when somebody's spitting at you, their face contorts a lot of the time, and they're doing it angrily. Right. How does one...
So they're ignorant is what you're saying. Right. They're ignorant people who live their life based on superstition.
How would you go about spitting on somebody in a way that was, charming or complimentary?
Puh. Like that. It's like up. You do an arc to it. Puh. Pardon while I spit on your wife. Puh. And maybe you do that. You actually say the puh part. So you spit and then you say puh. It sounds nice. Puh. Pardon me. I don't know. I'm trying to get things going. Don't question these things. Right? We're not living in a world where you question things anymore. Just go with what I'm saying. All right? Old people, sex party if they want it. Spit if they want it. Big stripper ass. Duels. These are the things you should have learned from today. You seem uncomfortable with it.
I'm looking forward to all of this being executed, but oh, go ahead.
Before you start your refutation, your dissent, don't forget big sandwich, huge sandwich. Not enough of those around.
Oh, just bigger sandwiches in general.
Well, just the big hero sandwiches. You get at Super Bowl parties.
Oh, right, yeah.
One
big
year,
subs.
my parents threw a Super Bowl party. They weren't even that into football, but they got there was a place called Stuff a Bagel on Long Island, and they probably still do it. They had a hero that was on a giant bagel.
Oh, damn.
Imagine that. An Italian hero sandwich on a giant bagel.
That sounds good.
And you cut the bagel into pieces. It's a sandwich. I prefer the Italian bread. I think it's just a gluttonous weird thing. It's not better on a bagel. It's too thick.
Maybe we can use it to kind of look, we need all sorts of contraptions to really make this work.
Sure, like anything good.
But maybe we could actually use it to kind of as like a frame around the stripper's ass.
Ooh, and you're eating out her ass, but also licking the bread from the bagel. I love it. I think it's great. It's very progressive.
And when people start complaining about her blocking the TV, it's like, well, do you want to watch the game or do you want to eat a bagel sub? You got to make up your mind.
Life's about choices, mofo. Mofo. Okay? Learn to live in a new world. I miss Oliver Anthony. Living in a new world. Like an old soul. I should put a clip out of that. We on Patreon a few months ago, we were talking about him. I took him to task. And no one, only the people on the Patreon know about it. I forgot to plug the Patreon. Patreon.com/Kump. Extra episode every week. Anyway. Any closing thoughts?
Maybe Oliver Anthony can perform at the Riviera of the Middle East or Gaza land.
I think Oliver Anthony would be lucky to play Gaza land. All right, and if he better not try that horse shit where he's like, "Don't go to the Cotton Eye Joe show or the tickets to. We're gonna charge what we charge, and if you tell anyone not to go, we will have you put in jail." Now, well, the rich one, all the rich men in jail, motherfucker. Done.
Well said. We'll send the Mossad after your ass.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have the Mossad be security. And we'll give old churros to the Gazans. And also their memories will be preserved by these statues of horror. Pure horror.
It's a good balance.
It's a good balance because nothing good's going to happen. The best you can do is remember. No one's saying, like, change history. Just stop caring about it. Right? Mm-hmm. It's important to know history, but, like, you're not going to fix it. I'm not going to fix the world now to reflect what we did. And that's fine. It puts everyone on the same page. The problem is at some point we convinced everyone that, like, no, it's all good now and everything's better. Go back. I mean, just go back to living like the king does what he does. What are you going to do about it? Vote him out? That's what I think of democracy. Doesn't matter. It's good. It's a nice thing. Closing thoughts.
I mean, obviously there's been a lot. We're picturing solutions for a horrific time.
Yeah.
But you got to make the most of things. You got to keep an optimistic worldview.
Put on a happy face. We played that from?
That's going to be played. That's from
Othello?
Bye Bye Birdie.
Oh, Bye Bye Birdie.
And it's going to be playing 24/7 at Gazaland.
Yeah. Put on a happy face. Love it. Remember, thank you for tuning in. Remember, you can like and subscribe, and you really should. It's the least you could do, and then really, it's just do it.
And it's the most you can do.
It's not the most you can do. Don't tell people that. There's more. I mean, it's the least you can do for nothing. Mm-hmm. We also, like I mentioned, the Patreon, patreon.com/RayComp. You get an extra episode every week if you sign up. Very reasonable price. And so, so there's that option. But, at the very least, just like and subscribe. What's this nothing to you? All right? We'll be back before Valentine's Day. But start buying your flowers now. Start buying your chocolates now. Start buying your goddamn bagel sub now. Because life's not getting any better if you don't fix it yourself. Have a great week.